It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, they come into this game following a loss to the Wizards. A crushing defeat in that one. Still with a sour taste in their mouths, they're looking to play much better. Last season, a rough one for the #1 draft pick Ben Simmons. Had his rookie debut delayed due to injury. Now in his second year in the league, what are we going to see from Ben Simmons, Kenny?
Well, obviously his passing and unselfishness is what got him into the league. Now we're going to see if he can be a scorer. But he has a rare kind of thing of size along with initiating an offense, Shaq.
And
not too many guys I've seen like that.
Not only that, the whole team around him gets better because he makes things easier for his teammates. You know why? Played at LSU, baby. Love Shaq University.
Philadelphia could be a team on the
Love
rise.
Shaq University.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin Harlan has the call.
I
We'll
didn't
see
know
you
they
later.
changed it.
I changed it.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We are live from Boston for an Eastern Conference contest with the Celtics. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And the 76ers will play just this one game on the road before returning back to Philadelphia. Well, they're certainly excited about this one, and they'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. Two top caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle.
And I think for the 76ers, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standings.
I'm not sure how long they'll be able to stick around up there, but so far it's been a lot of fun to see how much progress they're making.
Well, we have some conference rivals meeting up tonight. Clark, I know these games get very intense.
Yeah, in many ways too, Kevin. The crowd is more amped up, louder, more emotional, more rabid, and the emotions between the players can run high, leading to friction and confrontation. So it's a charged environment when you lock heads with your rival.
Oh, look at the 76ers starting group. Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Saric is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Fultz in at the point guard position.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
And with all the talk about Kyrie coming to Boston, you still have to figure how he'll fit in to the team. Has this year and next left on his contract, player option after that. But with his scoring and shooting, should make this offense even more potent.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And when you put a player of Kyrie's ability into this Boston system, you have to expect good things. Irving does so much for himself and others. The longer he plays with the team, I think the more comfortable he'll become.
Now here's Simmons. He took good advantage of that screen.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Irving with the ball. And Baines kicks to Hayward. That one a little long. Simmons against Hayward. And it's Fultz atop the key. Embiid the screen. The dish to Redick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. The shot by Sharch, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hayward's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, it's fun watching Irving share the ball. I mean, when he concentrates on running the offense, this team is really dangerous.
Simmons passes to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper. First bucket of the day.
The defense just gave him that one, and you talk about starting on a high note. Didn't seem to respect his mid-range J there.
Here is Hayward after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Hayward goes in, fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Guys, I don't think there's any doubt that the work he's put in practicing free throw shooting has paid off. I mean, he's made nice strides in getting those shooting percentage numbers up.
Free throw drops for Hayward.
And Gordon Hayward has increased his scoring average every season he's been in the league, and couple that last year also a career high in offensive efficiency. The guy is just a budding superstar.
Now here's Embiid. It's stolen by Brown. Here's Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Here's Saric. 11 points for him in that last game against Washington.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
And Gordon Hayward has worked on his strength, but also his balance, adding boxing, Greg, as you were talking about, to his off-season training.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the strength, the balance, and footwork make him a great slasher. This guy gets in the lane and just has a knack for working himself to the foul line.
Now Fultz, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Saric just screen on Irving. Fultz kicks to Saric. Pass to Simmons. Over Hayward. And it falls over the rim and in. Simmons got his second basket of the night.
I tell you, Ben Simmons is really putting work in on that jumper. I mean, it's looking better and better every time I see him.
Irving dishes to Brown. Up off the screen, and Brown throws it down.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Here's Simmons after the basket by Boston. Embiid sets the pick for Redick. Embiid the screen. The shot by Redick, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Left side, Irving. Brown outside. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that lettuce at the line, man. Easy points available at the free throw line. You got to cash those in.
Now Saric after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Fultz kicks to Embiid. They grab their own miss. Here's Saric. And the bucket counts. Three-point chance here.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
Brown, good.
Really good to see Brown drop in the perimeter jumper, showing off his terrific stroke from beyond the arc.
Fultz kicks to Simmons. Screen by Saric. Simmons against Hayward. Outside, Simmons. Horford with the rebound. Celtics leading by 4. Irving kicks to Horford. They set the pick. Brown wide open. He fires. Off target with the open look.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Irving. Screened by Saric. 13 feet away. Simmons missing again. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Here's Irving. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. The 76ers trail by 4. Simmons passes to Fultz. Feeds to Embiid. Outside, Simmons. Saric just screen on Hayward. Simmons dishes to Saric. Here's Fultz. Another miss by Philadelphia. Celtics leading by 4. Kicks it to Baines. Inside. And a dunk by Horford.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
To the middle. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And they pick up 2. And now the first timeout called here for Boston. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for Boston.
And no doubt they relied upon that three-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now, here's McConnell. Three-pointer. Morris with the rebound.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Nice shot by Smart.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's McConnell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. There's the pick. It's Anderson with the drive. He can't hit that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
Pass to McConnell. Over Smart. It's tipped, and they get it back. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Goes up off the pick, and slam dunk by Smart.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
Johnson the screen. Now here's Bayless. Defense is right there. McConnell in the corner. 6 to shoot. Tries to snap the cold streak. He doesn't hit that one. Celtics leading by 10. Rozier kicks to Smart. From 12 feet out. And that one, good. Smart's got 6 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Anderson kicks to Johnson. Back to Anderson. Offensive rebound. Good work defensively by Morris.
And that's solid defense, rock solid, contesting without fouling. Well done.
Here's Tatum. No good that time. And Philadelphia the other way now. And here's Anderson from the arc. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Rozier the pass to Morris. Here's Rozier, defended by Booker. Here's the three. And it's Rozier missing. The 76ers trail by 12. And picks taken in the late first round can be a bit of a crapshoot, Clark. But Justin Anderson, taken with the 21st pick back in 2015, he sure seems like a keeper.
Yeah, I concur with everything you said there, Kevin. I mean, seeing him at Virginia, you knew he had the physical tools. It's just a matter of developing his skills and his shooting ability to be able to succeed at this level, and I think he will.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Rozier. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
And he makes the first but misses the second. The 76ers trail by 13. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Passes it to Bayless. Stolen by Smart. The feed now to Morris. Tice, another shot, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Philadelphia. The Celtics have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
A lot of losing in Philadelphia, just 47 wins over 3 seasons from 2013 to 2016. That's the second worst 3-year stretch in NBA history.
That one is no good. And Clark, for the Sixers, it seems they're finally headed in the right direction.
Well, I think that's the benefit of patience and all of those high draft picks, Kevin. I mean, some people don't like how they did it, but they rebuilt the roster from the ground up, and I think it gives them a strong foundation going forward.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Here's Rozier, defended by Anderson. Tice bounces high off the rim and drops.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Johnson the screen. And here's McConnell. Bayless from long range. And so it's the Boston Celtics sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Rozier. Marcus Morris is out there with Tatum. Then there's Smart. Here's Bayless following the three-pointer by Boston. Anderson outside. Shot clock at 5. Johnson sets the screen for Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Foul. Elbow. 2.
And when Marcus Morris gets a defender in a one-on-one situation, Greg, he feels the most at home.
And part of that might be from going up against his twin brother all the time when they were young. Marcus Morris has a great knack to find a shot he likes. Terrific with his mid-range.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Morris. Clark, if you were coaching a team, you had one shot to win a game on the line, which player in the league would you want to take that shot?
I like a lot of guys for last shot circumstances. LeBron James is always on my list. Kyrie Irving is at the top of my list. Damian Lillard is a killer. Isaiah Thomas, the little big man, is phenomenal in those kind of late game situations. But I think I'm going to tip my hat to Kyrie Irving. Uncle Drew is my guy.
And the Celtics gave up 4 players to get 1 in Kyrie Irving, but they already had so much depth. They could afford to sacrifice a bit for a superstar just entering his prime.
Boston with the ball. The 76ers getting the bucket. Irving for 3. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. That's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Left side, Saric. Now the pass to Simmons. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And really for the Celtics, just a wealth of assets, but in reality, only so much playing time to go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move, and I think they got the best player in the trade.
Boston making a switch here. Baines is checked in. Irving dishes to Baines. Hayward outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And there had been a will he or won't he feeling with Gordon Hayward's free agency. Tough choice, I got to believe, for him to leave Utah, but you can see why he wanted to join forces here with the Celtics.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Boston was the heavy favorite to sign Gordon Hayward, and ultimately the opportunity was just too hard to pass up.
And he's reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens. This team has a great path to make a deep playoff run, and this just adds another star to a very balanced roster.
Hayward hits them both.
And, you know, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really score.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. And those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players.
And Redick drains these shots constantly. I mean, senses and feels the separation and then capitalizes on it.
Now, here is Irving. He's guarded closely. The layup off target. And Saric kicks to Fultz. Simmons against Hayward. Screen by Saric. Offensive rebound. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The 76ers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, so many people were surprised at the Kyrie Irving trade, but throughout the decades, Boston's been unafraid to pull the trigger. I mean, they moved up to number 2 to draft the great Bill Russell, moving back to number 3 to draft McHale, add Parrish, assembling the big 3 for a championship, then dismantling that big 3 for all those unprotected picks. This is an organization that stops at nothing to try and win titles.
Brown the pass to Horford. Over Saric. Boston, no good that time either.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm. And checking out the numbers for Hayward, some impressive play from him over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
And that one's good, Simmons.
Boy, what skill from Simmons. I mean, so adept at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
There's the screen. Irving dishes to Brown. Three-pointer, Hayward. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the wide-open shot from Redick. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Celtics leading by 13. Irving kicks to Hayward. There's the triple. And Kyrie Irving gets the 3. Irving's got 10.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
Now here's Simmons. 11 points for him in that last game against Washington.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
Now here is Irving. Following the missed shot by Dario Saric. Irving passes to Baines. Shoots over Embiid. Off the left rim and out. The 76ers trail by 16. Redick for 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Here's Brown. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists in the game.
Brown extremely accomplished down low and worthy of respect as a result. Destroys whoever tries to guard him in the paint.
Now here's Redick. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington. Jumper off the screen. Rebound Boston. Horford's got 4 rebounds now tonight. In the corner, Irving with it. Back to Brown. He dishes it to Horford. He feeds it to Baines. Back to Horford. Puts up a 3. Tries again. Shots good by Baines. And the Celtics lead by 20.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Exactly, man. Come on. You got to be physical down there. There's got to be some intensity and some physicality on the boards.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Clark, when you look back at your terrific career, who is the one player that you considered your toughest opponent to go up against?
There were a couple of guys. Bernard King from the New York Knicks, because we saw them a handful of times a year, and he was just such a phenomenal scorer and a relentless worker offensively. He just never gave you a break. I didn't get to see the West Coast teams but twice a year. The Denver Nuggets in the early 80s had Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, and Dan Issel. And between those 3 guys, they were averaging about 80, 81 points a game. And I usually dealt with English or Vandeweghe. And those were long nights because those guys moved the ball, shot it from everywhere, and were excellent offensive players.
And here's Irving. After J.J. Redick hitting the 3. Irving drives in. Horford has a wide open look. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Irving. Screened by Saric. Redick can't get that one to fall.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Hayward can't hit. The 76ers trail by 20. Outside, Simmons. He kicks it to Fultz. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Hayward right side. Dishes to Baines. At the elbow, Horford. Here's Brown. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Redick. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. There's the dish to Fultz. 6 to shoot. Screen by Saric. There's a screen. Here's Embiid. Hayward grabs the board.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Embiid the screen. Fultz dishes to Redick. Another miss by Philadelphia.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Over in the corner, Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Fultz has got 5 now.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now here's Horford. 17 points for him last game against Detroit.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
No good from Simmons.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C+ range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
And for the Sixers this summer, all the talk was whether they'd get the Lakers pick if it fell outside the top 3. They end up swapping picks with the Kings, who jump into the top 3.
Yeah, and the Kings ended up, Kevin, getting the Sixers pick at number 5. Still a jump from the 8th spot in the draft order, so not all bad for them. That goes back to 2015 when the Kings made a trade to clear cap space for Rajon Rondo.
That free throw missing.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. So he comes up empty at the line.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
Now here's Tatum. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Timeout called the 76ers. You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. Pass to Morris. Now here's Tatum. Tight defense on him. Shoots over Bayless. The shot, no good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Here's McConnell. Feeds it to Bayless. Kicks to Booker. Puts it up from 15. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Smart. And he banks in the layup. Smart's got 8 points. Now McConnell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Johnson, wide open, he fires. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And, you know, passing the ball is exactly what Bayless is out there to do. I mean, especially when a teammate does not have anybody around him. Get it to the open guy.
Here's Rozier. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Here's Smart. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And Anderson gets it to go.
And, you know, this is exactly why Booker's teammates like having him screen for them. He's really good at getting them open.
Now here's Smart. 10 points for him. Pass to Tatum. Here's Morris. A second chance effort, and the layup good by Tatum.
And Tatum has those long orangutan arms, I call them. I mean, outstanding at keeping after it on the offensive glass. Those long arms help him get to a lot of balls.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Booker with no one around. Rebound Boston. Now here's Tatum. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Booker. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here. But no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor, but replay's here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls. Let's go.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
A lot going on there as we welcome you back to Boston. That shot taken from the observation deck at the Prudential Center. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and you know, he accumulated a lot of assists, and I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. The 76ers trail by 21. Taking a look at the 76ers. Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Joel Embiid out there with Sharge. And it's Fultz in at the point. Embiid the screen. And it's Simmons penetrating. Nice work there coming off the screen. Simmons got his team on the board first here in the second half for the 76ers. And Ben Simmons said he didn't take a lot of outside shots in college because he didn't need to. he could get to the rim pretty much at will.
Well, he'll find that will not be the case at this level. His shots inside will be challenged a lot more. His perimeter shot has been the question mark, and that's where I think he's got to improve.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Now here's Šorić. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
For the finish, and slam dunk by Šorić.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Here's Irving after the Sixers pick up two. Here's Baines offline with his three.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And he comes up with the deuce.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 12. Hayward against Simmons. And there's the call on Dario Šorić. That'll be his second foul of the game. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third.
You look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead. You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
Here's Irving after the basket by Dario Šorić. Horford sets a screen for Irving. Passes to Horford. Back to Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Irving's got 14.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 5. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Horford won't wow you with his athleticism, but Greg, he's still a pretty good shot blocker.
He has great timing, anticipation, and awareness. Don't forget also he's got terrific hands, and you see that with all the steals he racks up.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
And he makes both free throws. And Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
Here's Fultz following the basket by Al Horford. Fultz kicks to Redick. Embiid the screen. And Redick, here we go. Clock at 4. High post, Embiid. Shot from the top of the key. Another miss by Philadelphia. Celtics leading by 16. Brown the pass to Irving. To the paint. It's stolen by Saric. Now the 76ers on the break. And there's Fultz on the assist by Saric. Saric has got 3 assists tonight.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some O.
Now here is Irving. 14 points for him. There's the feed to Horford. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Horford's got 4 points in the quarter.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Simmons on the wing. There's the pass to Saric. And Simmons kicks to Fultz. The second chance effort. The putback. Goes up again. And Simmons with the layup. Simmons got 12.
Oh, I tell you, how about the passing of Simmons? I mean, just sticking with it on the glass.
Here's Irving. In the corner, it's Hayward. Over in the corner, Brown. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 4 assists now tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Baines with the block. Embiid. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics.
1 shot.
And that one misses. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Fultz kicks to Saric. He feeds it to Fultz. Here's Embiid. Another shot. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Saric. Justin Anderson comes in for Simmons. Jared Bayless is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. The free throw drops for Embiid. And guys, the big fellas don't always capture the fans' imagination, But Clark, having that charisma makes a difference, and Joel Embiid has plenty of that.
Yes, he does. Charming and funny. I mean, from his love of Shirley Temples to his aspiration of learning to be a point guard, you never know quite what's going to come out of Joel's mouth. And he's enjoying social media, too. You got to be careful there, though.
You're right. Now here's Embiid. He's got 11. It's Anderson with the drive. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And that's 13 points for Joel Embiid. Celtics leading by 12. Rozier kicks to Smart. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Oh, and here we go. Bayless got it, the fast break chance. And the dunk by Booker.
Man, that's a powerful finish by Booker. He doesn't settle for the layup there. When he's clear and at the rim, he's punching it.
There's the pick. Rozier kicks to Morris. 20 feet out. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Here's Rozier. Down low. And just miss after miss right now. The 76ers trail by 8. McConnell with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 6 on the shot clock. Anderson outside. Here's Booker. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And you got to respect the ruggedness of Booker. I mean, crafty at finding ways to get close to the bucket.
In the corner, Smart with it. Here's Tatum. Good D by Booker. It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra competitive guys.
Amir Johnson's checked in for the 76ers.
And Trevor Booker is generously listed at 6'8". We call that a program height. But he is a quick leaper, so he plays bigger than he is. You let him get in close, and he'll punch that ticket on you. Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time when he's got a smaller defender on him.
Bayless the pass to McConnell. No good from Booker.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
Clark, as good as Booker is around the rim, he's looking to stretch his range out beyond the arc.
And that's a wise move for him as a player. Expand your range because you've shown you can make that shot, and I think that just makes him more valuable on offense.
And that one falls for Tatum. Watching Jason Tatum, it's hard to find many faults in his game, Greg. He's strong inside and out and plays both ends of the floor equally well.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades, right, and master of none. He does everything reasonably well on the basketball floor, just doesn't do anything great. Having said that, though, Tatum is one of those guys that I think improves the overall IQ of your team, and terrific size at his position.
Now here's McConnell looking for his first basket still in this one. To the wing on the left. Bayless from long range. They get the rebound. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
The 76ers have gone 7 of 11 from the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Boy, I love Trevor Booker's game now. Physical, dependable, consistent. Man continues to evolve his game.
Now here's Smart. 10 points for him. Pass to Rozier. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Rozier's got 6 points.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Dishes it to Bayless. Johnson the screen. Anderson wide open from outside, off the mark.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Out to Morris. Back to Smart. The Celtics working the ball around now. Tatum's shot is off.
And, you know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
They grabbed their own miss. Good on the shot. 18 points for him.
Yeah, you can't play this game without confidence, and Booker is very self-assured. I mean, there's not a shot out there that he doesn't think he can make.
Now here's Smart. Morris outside. Tatum with it, working on Anderson. Pass to Rozier. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. And let's take this chance now to break out the list of the league's leading teams in the steals department. In fourth, the Celtics.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Three-pointer. The shot, no good. The 76ers trail by 6. And here's McConnell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Henderson. Here's Booker. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
In the corner, Tatum with it. Buries the long-range jumper. Tatum's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Johnson against Morris. Now McConnell. Down low, here's Booker. Got a hand on it. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
When he's driving inside, Tatum is either going to finish or get himself a trip to the line.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And that one falls for Tatum.
Well, you like the confidence of Tatum. I mean, he enjoys tackling any challenge in front of him. Doesn't shy away. A true leader as a young player. Impressive.
And he makes both free throws.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Now, here's McConnell. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. He dishes it to Bayless. This one for 3. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's Boston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Hey, we're doing so many good things on offense. Keep moving it. Keep looking for it. We just have to challenge as well as we can down here.
And Brad Stevens happy with their motion. They're shot making, but still looking for more stops on D.
Yeah, I mean, it always feels like there's more you can do defensively. And that's probably the case here. They just have to keep grinding out on the floor.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. We've got Tatum. Smart is out there with Rozier. Then it's Marcus Morris. That's the Boston 5. Al Horford's checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. So it's the Celtics now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And it's Rozier missing.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
McConnell kicks to Johnson. Clock at 6. Back to McConnell. Johnson with a screen on Morris. McConnell got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Boston making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Morris. Hayward comes in for Tatum, and Irving subbed in for Rozier. The 76ers also with a sub. Fultz, he's checked in for Jared Bayless. Outside Irving. He kicks to Hayward. Over Anderson. Hayward can't hit.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
A shot by Hayward, wide open, and again, Boston with the triple.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Johnson the screen. Fultz kicks to Johnson, and Anderson has it in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Boston leading by 15. Irving dishes to Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Philadelphia with the ball after the basket by Boston. Here's Fultz. And that time, also a missed shot.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Horford in the post. He's covered by McConnell. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Irving. And 11 points for Horford.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Fultz. He's covered by Irving. The 76ers again can't hit it.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
The 76ers trail by 19. Floats one, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, you know, you talk about an NBA body. Justin Anderson, 6'6", about 230 pounds. As I recall, he posted a 43-inch vertical in the NBA Combine. That's elite strength and athleticism.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Clark, you know, it's interesting. The league is going towards small ball, but there's a demand for strong physical wings, and Justin Anderson certainly fits the bill.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. As more power forwards stray and navigate to the perimeter, you want guys who can defend shooting guard through power forward, and Anderson has the body strength and quickness to do that.
No good on the second free throw.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
While some are still speculating as to why Kyrie wanted out, the reality is, and it's this case with all great players, he feels like he's good enough to be the man on a team that can contend for a championship. And you might question how he went about it, but he's basically been a pro in his approach, and now he's got the chance.
And the first one drops.
And there is going to be a lot of discussion over Irving's decision to want out for a long time. And what he does the next few years may end up defining his legacy. He is all in on himself, and it could pay off huge or fizzle out.
Both free throws good for Irving.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Horford, good. Horford's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Top-notch post-game is just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
Now here's Fultz. Outside, Simmons. And the NBA has tinkered with the All-Star voting in recent years. Fans no longer get 100% of the say for the starters. Clark, how do you feel about that change?
I like it. I mean, again, the fans desire to be involved and should have an opportunity to be engaged in the voting because they're so important to the success and popularity of the league. So I like the fans having a piece of the voting. 100% is far too much, so I think the fact that you've got it weighted between fans and those who follow the league closely, along with coaches, is about the right blend to me.
Now here's Hayward. After the miss from Joel Embiid. Kept alive, Baines, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
And plays like that have really taken the energy out of those defenders. I mean, you can bet he's going to continue to keep pushing in that area.
Here's Irving. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Brown. Redick with the rebound, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. The 76ers trail by 21. Screen by Sharch. Fultz kicks to Simmons. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
Presence of mind, the awareness, the alertness from Simmons there. Going up right away with the shot.
Here's Irving. Brown outside. From downtown. Unable to get that one. Philadelphia's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Hayward outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Hayward's got 12 points in just the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
And Sharch kicks to Simmons. Embiid sets the pick for Simmons. Baines with the block, and they're able to recover. Boston leading by 21. And a wide open look for Irving. And the 3 off target. Horford against Saric. The dish to Fultz. With the versatility of modern players and the switching that goes on in defensive schemes, Clark, are traditional NBA positions meaning less and less in the game now?
I think we're finding that more teams are playing close to positionless basketball in many ways. So positions aren't nearly as important as skill sets with your 5 players on the floor. I think that's what you look at when you field your team.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Hey, Greg, with Redick, that great shooting form he has is one of the reasons his game has aged so well.
And a lot of people wondered if Redick would be able to last in the NBA when he was drafted. Might have one of the longest careers of that draft class. Just keeps producing at any age.
I think that's where Brown is at his best, guys. He's a muscular athlete who loves finishing strong through contact.
Embiid the screen. And Saric kicks to Redick. Feeds it to Embiid. Connects from three-point range. Embiid's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
Irving kicks to Baines. Over Embiid. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now here's Fultz. Here's Saric. And good off the lead pass that time.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Boston leading by 18. Horford sets a screen for Irving. Kicks it to Hayward. Pass to Brown. And there's the feed to Horford. Got a hand on it.
Excellent timing that time from Fultz. And I like the edge that he plays defense with. That's impressive for a young guy.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Hayward kicks to Horford. Nice ball movement by Boston. There's a screen. Irving drives in. Lays it up off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 18.
And Irving is so fast on the drive. Even when he gets hit, he still finishes nicely around the rim.
Redick for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Redick's got 7 points here in this quarter.
That defense was totally lost. Don't know how you let a shooter get off such a clean look from beyond the arc. Come on, you got to pay attention.
Here's Horford. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Redick's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Lets the 3 fly. They grab their own miss. Here's Embiid. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Embiid's got 22.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they have the advantage. A big one in second chance points. Those extra possessions really help an offense, and it demoralizes the defense.
Here's Baines. Irving passes to Brown. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Fultz. Following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Screen by Saric. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Boston leading by 15. And there's the pass to Baines. Back to Smart. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now, up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
Screen by Sharch. Volts kicks to Simmons. Shot clock at 6. Over Hayward. Hayward with some nice D. Boston's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Celtics.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And they're going to take the second game between these two clubs, just like they took the first. This will put them up 2-0 with 2 left to play in the season series against Philadelphia.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Kyrie Irving.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
The free throw drops for Redick. Well, J.J. Redick had quite the interesting free agency period. Greg, ultimately he signs with the 76ers on a huge 1-year, $23 million deal.
Yeah, and this is the team that wanted him. Great fit with his shooting, something that they obviously needed. And Redick had a lot of suitors, but he saw something developing with this young Philly core.
Here's Smart. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Redick. With the shot. Here's Johnson. It's deflected. Tatum with it. Pass to Rozier. To the inside. From 13. Tatum's shot is off. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Embiid dishes to Redick. And good that time.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
And here's Smart. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.